the monthly schedule for Uma Musume Global has been officially released. Today we'll go over all of the new events and banners to keep you up to date with everything happening. This month is pretty packed with some important banners, the new TrackBlazer scenario, and a lot of rewards for the anniversary. So let's get into it. Already underway is the registration period for the Aquarius Cup, and it's also the first part of the anniversary. There are 4 parts in total for the anniversary, so right now, that means that there is an anniversary shop which currently has some clocks as well as some Uma and support tickets. But don't worry though, this shop will update throughout the month with even more goodies. For the anniversary, we will also have a set of special missions, which will reward some tickets as well as some carats. And there is also a login campaign right now where we will receive a total of 1,500 carats over the course of 10 days. There are also some free daily scouts over the course of the days, and these are single pulls that you may have noticed already in game. But don't worry, you may have heard about some free 10 pulls, those are still coming, and these should not be confused with the single pulls that we have right now. And then on March 5th, we will have the Admire Vega Uma banner, as well as the rerun for the Kawakami Princess and the Fine Motion support banner. Admire Vega is an end closer, mainly built for mediums, but she can work in both longs and miles. She has both end closer corners and straightaways, which is very nice, as well as built-in straightaway spurt and nimble navigator. She is very much the end closer of end closers though, where for her unique to trigger, she needs to be way at the back. So in 7th place or lower when on the final straight in order to get a speed boost. She gets more of a speed boost if she's even further back in 8th place or lower. The issue, however, though, is that if you are this far back on the final straight specifically, it's going to be pretty difficult to make a comeback, considering you would have passed the final corner by now, which means that you probably would have missed any other accelerations, such as let's pump some iron or moving past and beyond that most backliners normally seek to have. The other banner, though, is a big one, with the rerun of Kawakami Princess and Fine Motion. At this point, I think everyone should know about how good Fine Motion is as a general use wit card. And now is a good time to get a few extra copies to get her closer to max limit break. However, there is another rerun in the not so distant future in about 4 months from now, where she shares a rate up with the Maruzensky Speed SSR card, which is significantly better as a second option compared to Kawakami Princess, especially for frontrunners, since it has groundwork as well as tons of useful frontrunner skills, such as both front corners and front straightaways, early lead, the gold version of Leader's Pride, focus, playtime's over, and more, while being an actual good speed card as well. So if you can hold off, waiting for that banner is much better, considering any Kawakami Princesses that you get on this banner right now is going to feel like sort of a kick in the teeth. So it's all a matter of if you're willing to wait those extra 4 months for a potential better double banner of support cards. The other thing to note though is that this is not the only high profile banner this month. So if you only have a limited amount of carats and you can only pull on one banner, it might be better to skip this for the upcoming Narita Top Road banner that we'll discuss in just a second here. March 12th is the big day to keep track of this month though, because first of all, it will be the start of the new scenario, TrackBlazer. It will also have the new story event, Flying Run-Up, which will give the Mejiro Bright SSR Stamina card and the Special Week Power SR card. Otherwise, this event is your standard ladder points plus roulette wheel that we all know and love. March 12th will also be the start of part 2 of the anniversary campaign, and this will refresh the anniversary shop, this time around with some crystal shards available for purchase and another set of special missions which will be added, and these missions will reward us with a Satono Diamond SSR Wit card, and another set of login rewards for even more carats will be available with the other copies of the Satono Diamond card. March 12th also marks when the paid selectors for both an Uma and a support ticket will be made available in the shop. These bundles will give you the Selector ticket as well as 1,500 paid carats. The expected price for each of these bundles will be $20 each. Starting on March 12th though, we will also be getting free daily 10 pulls each day, with 6 being split across the Uma banner and the other 6 being on the support banner. Now, what are these banners that these free pulls will be for? Well, the Uma banner will be the one featuring Kitasan Black and the 2-star Matikanetannhauser, and the support banner will be for the Narita Top Road SSR Speed, as well as 3 other new SR cards. Firstly, for the Umas though, Kitasan Black is a frontrunner built for longer distances, with some good built-in front skills. Her unique is somewhat similar to Saiyan Skies in that she can get a speed boost as well as an acceleration boost on the 3rd corner of the race, which is typically the final corner. The nice thing is that she can be in the top 3 positions as opposed to needing to be in first place for this to activate. Do note though that if you are going to train Kitasan Black, you won't be able to use her support card alongside her. Although realistically, in TrackBlazer, you won't be wanting to use Kitasan Black in the first place, assuming you have other good cards as well. On the other hand, Mambo is also a long distance runner with a built-in stamina recovery. Nothing too fancy though. That being said, since she is a 2-star, you shouldn't feel the need to try and pull for her specifically, as odds are she should be pretty easy to get randomly appearing throughout your pulls, especially considering we will have 6 free 10 pulls on this banner. The support banner though is a big one, and that is because of the Narita Top Road SSR speed card, which is sort of like the equivalent of the scenario banner that had Riko Kashimoto a while back. Narita Top Road has a 10% race bonus and a 15% fan bonus. These two are incredibly important, specifically in the new TrackBlazer scenario, because most of the time will be spent doing races over training. So race bonus becomes more valuable than training effectiveness when looking at support cards. Although Narita Top Road does also come up with 20% training effectiveness, depending on your fan count though. So again, that 15% fan bonus will help a lot. Not only that though, but this banner also introduces 3 new SR cards. The most important of which is going to be the Admire Vega Guts SR card. That is because this card also gives a 15% race bonus as well as a 20% fan bonus at max limit break. Again, these are huge bonuses to have considering you will be doing so many races in your careers in TrackBlazer. Both Narita Top Road as well as Admire Vega also do come with a speed and power bonus, so when you do train with them, they do also give some good stats as well. The important thing to remember though is that because there will be some free pulls on this banner, going for a full spark here is, technically speaking, a little bit cheaper, especially compared to the Fine Motion banner I mentioned earlier. I really want to emphasize how important race bonus is for TrackBlazer, so cards with high race bonus like these two, or the previous Matikanetannhauser SSR, or the SSR Wit Nice Nature card are very important for this scenario. Kitasan Black will no longer be the crutch speed card with her measly 5% race bonus. Now yes, technically speaking, Narita Top Road will not be as usable or not have as long as a lifespan as Fine Motion, but again, considering that you will have some free pulls already on this banner, and the fact that by now there will be the Admire Vega Guts card introduced, this banner is probably going to be a little bit better than the Fine Motion and Kawakami Princess support banner, knowing that there is a rerun in the near future for Fine Motion. Next up on March 22nd will be another set of new banners, this time featuring Satono Diamond as well as a support banner featuring the Marvelous Sunday SSR Guts and the Karenchan Speed SR card. Satono Diamond is a late surger built for longer tracks. She has a lot of green skills built in for specifically fall and firm conditions as well as right-handed tracks, especially with a gold right-handed skill that provides both 60 speed and 60 power. Otherwise, she has a very solid late race velocity skill too, as expected of a late surger. When she is positioned in 5th or better, she will get a burst of target speed, and she also has a built-in heal for those longer races. The support banner though, however, contrary to the name, isn't that marvelous, since the card itself gives a gold heal for longs that only triggers when you're close to running out of stamina, which ideally should never be the situation. And also you already have a better Marvelous Sunday card in the free power SSR that we got from the Christmas event, which has significantly more race bonus and fan bonus. March 23rd will be the 3rd part of the anniversary, and this will introduce very hard difficulties in the daily races to earn more SP and monies. The anniversary shop will also be refreshed again, this time around to include skill hint books. And the paid gacha for a guaranteed SSR or 3-star Uma will be made available. So if you previously bought that Selector ticket, this is a good opportunity to make use of those paid carats that came along with it. We will also once again be receiving another round of daily free single pulls and also more login rewards totaling 2,250 carats, as well as another set of special missions, this time around rewarding an anniversary SSR Selector ticket. So that is a ticket that you can use for any support that is released up until the anniversary. Do note though that the pool will not be updated, so you could maybe use this for another copy of Fine Motion, again giving more of a reason not to pull on the Kawakami and Fine Motion rerun. There will also be a set of legend races against Narita Brian, Agnes Tachyon and Narita Taishin. And then lastly on March 26th will be the 4th and final part of the anniversary campaign. This will come with more free daily single pulls, a new set of permanent trainer missions with the final reward being a random SSR card ticket, and the inclusion of daily legend races. There will also be a special anniversary story to read, which will end off rewarding us with our first group support card in Team Sirius. March 26th also brings with it the Mejiro Bright Uma banner, as well as a rerun for the Zeno Rob Roy, Speed SSR and the Karenchan Wit SSR cards. Mejiro Bright is another Uma built for long distances. Gee, it's almost like there's going to be a long distance 1000 CM afterwards, right? But she has a ton of recovery built into her kit, and I mean a ton. She has 2 gold recoveries in Indomitable, as well as Calm Mind specifically for long races, and then she also has Stamina Eater 2, and then still another white recovery for longs with Passing Pro. All of this stamina is for her unique that provides a speed boost, however, because the duration of the speed boost lasts longer the more stamina she has remaining when it activates. The maximum base duration is 20 seconds, which is a lot, because that is the base duration. And the way base durations works is that this gets multiplied by however much longer the track is compared to a 1000 meter distance. So say for a 3200 meter long track, that is 3.2 times longer than 1000 meters. So the max duration of this skill would be 3.2 times the base 20 seconds, so 64 seconds of a speed boost. You can think of this as similar to how Gold Trip would activate Anchors Away in the middle of the race and then slowly creep up non-stop thanks to that speed bonus that sometimes even carries over into the late race. This is essentially what Mejiro Bright's unique skill will be. Other than that though, she has of course a pretty good late surger all around for longer races. The 2 rerun cards are still pretty good, with Karan-chan being, as usual, a good wood card for sprint races, although they aren't as often as the other types of races, with the next 2 being CM16 and 21 as the next sprints. And then the Zenorobroy speed card still gives a good gold recovery while being a somewhat decent speed card for late surges, although that might not be as powerful moving forward, considering that we should in theory be able to get much higher stamina thresholds in TrackBlazer. And then to finish things off, the Pisces Cup registration period will begin on March 26th, with round 1 starting a few days later on the 30th. This is effectively going to be the Tenno Show Spring, being held on a 3200 meter track, a long of course, in rainy conditions as well as wet conditions, on a right-handed track. Now, fun fact by the way, this is going to be the Hanshin racecourse though. Now you might be wondering, why am I calling it Tenno Spring when it is on the Hanshin racecourse? Well, fun fact, when this CM initially happened on the Japanese server, this was in 2022, and in 2022, the Tenno Show Spring, which is typically held at Kyoto Racecourse, was held at Hanshin that year due to construction. So yes, even though it is at Hanshin, it is still the Tenno Show Spring, technically speaking. But otherwise though, that is everything happening in the month of March. What are you looking forward to the most? What banners are you planning on pulling on? And are you going to buy those Selector tickets? And if you are, what are you going to use them on? Let me know down in the comments below. But otherwise, until next time, may Shiraoki bless your pulls and your CM races this month, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.